Bible in a Year, Day 111, 2 Samuel 5, 1 through 10. All the tribes of Israel came to David in Hebron, and they said, "Look, we are your bone and your flesh. In days past, when Saul was still our king, you were the one who led Israel out in all its battles and brought it back. And the Lord said to you, You shall shepherd my people Israel. You shall be ruler over Israel." Then all the elders of Israel came to the king in Hebron, and at Hebron King David made a covenant with them in the presence of the Lord, and they anointed David king over Israel. David was 30 years old when he became king, and he reigned 40 years in Hebron. He was king over Judah 7 years and 6 months, and in Jerusalem he was king 33 years over all Israel and Judah. Then the king and his men went to Jerusalem against the Jebusites, who inhabited the land. They told David, "You shall not enter here. The blind and the lame will drive you away," which was their way of saying, "David shall not enter here." David nevertheless captured the fortress of Zion, which is in the city of David. On that day, David said, "All who wish to strike at the Jebusites must attack through the water shaft. The lame and the blind shall be personal enemies of David. That is why it is said, 'The blind and the lame shall not enter the palace.'" David took up residence in the fortress, which he called the city of David. David built up the city on all sides, from the Milo toward the center. David became ever more powerful, for the Lord of hosts was with him. 1 Chronicles 11 through 12. Then Israel gathered around David in Hebron, and they said, "Look, we are your bone and your flesh. In days past, when Saul was still king, it was you who led Israel in all its battles. And now the Lord your God has said to you, 'You shall shepherd my people Israel. You shall be ruler over my people Israel.'" Then all the elders of Israel came to the king at Hebron, and at Hebron David made a covenant with them in the presence of the Lord, and they anointed David king over Israel, in accordance with the word of the Lord given through Samuel. Then David and all Israel went to Jerusalem, that is Jebus, where the inhabitants of the land were called Jebusites. The inhabitants of Jebus said to David, "You shall not enter here." David nevertheless captured the fortress of Zion, which is the city of David. David said, "Whoever strikes the Jebusites first shall be made chief and captain." Joab the son of Zeruiah was the first to attack, and so he became chief. David took up residence in the fortress, which therefore was called the city of David. He built up the city on all sides, from the Milo all the way around, while Joab restored the rest of the city. David became ever more powerful, for the Lord of hosts was with him. These were David's chief warriors, who, together with all Israel, supported him in his reign, in order to make him king, according to the Lord's word concerning Israel. Here is the list of David's warriors: Ishbaal the son of Hacamoni, chief of the three. He brandished his spear over 300 whom he had slain in a single encounter. Next to him was Eleazar, the son of Dodo the Ahohite, one of the three warriors. He was with David at the Pasdamim, where the Philistines had massed for battle. There was a plot of land full of barley. The people were fleeing from the Philistines, but he took his stand in the middle of the plot, kept it safe, and cut down the Philistines. Thus the Lord brought about a great victory. 3 of the 30 chiefs went down to the rock to David, who was in the cave of Adullam, while the Philistines were encamped in the valley of Rephaim. David was then in the stronghold, and a Philistine garrison was at Bethlehem. David had a stone carving and said, "If only someone would give me a drink of water from the cistern by the gate of Bethlehem." Thereupon the three broke through the encampment of the Philistines, drew water from the cistern by the gate of Bethlehem, and carried it back to David. But David refused to drink it. Instead, he poured it out to the Lord, saying, "God forbid that I should do such a thing. Could I drink the blood of these men who risked their lives? For at the risk of their lives they brought it." So he refused to drink it. Such deeds as these the 3 warriors performed. Abishai, the brother of Joab, was the chief of the 30. He brandished his spear over 300 whom he had slain. He made a name besides the 3, but was twice as famous as any of the 30, becoming their leader. However, he did not attain to the 3. Benaiah, son of Jehoiada, a valiant man of mighty deeds, from Kabzeel, killed the 2 sons of Ariel of Moab. Also he went down and killed the lion in the cistern of a snowy day. He likewise slew the Egyptian, a huge man 5 cubits tall. The Egyptian carried a spear that was like a weaver's beam, but Benaiah came against him with a staff. He wrested the spear from the Egyptian's hand and killed him with that spear. Such deeds as these Benaiah the son of Jehoiada performed, and he made a name beside the 3 warriors, but was more famous than any of the 30. However, he did not attain to the 3. David put him in charge of his bodyguard. Also, these warriors, Asahel, the brother of Joab, Elhanan, son of Dodo, from Bethlehem, Shamoth from En-Harod, Helez from Beth Pelet, Ira, son of Ikesh, from Tekoa, Abiezar from Anathoth, Sebekai from Husha, Eliai from Aha, Mahariah from Netophah, Heled, son of Banan from Netophah, Ithai, son of Ribai from Gibeah of Benjamin, Benaiah from Piriathon, Hurai from Nahel Legash, Abiel from Beth Arabah, Asmaveth from Bahurim, Eliahab from Shalbon, Jahash the Gunite, Jonathan son of Shagi the Hararite, Aham son of Sakar the Hararite, Elipheleth son of Ahishab, Ahazbai from Beth Makkah, Ahijah from Gilo, Hezro from Carmel, Nerai son of Ebzai, Joel brother of Nathan from Rehob the Gadite, Zelek the Ammonite, Naharai from Beeroth, the armor-bearer of Joab, son of Zeruiah, Ira from Jatir, Gareb from Jatir, Uriah the Hittite, Zabad, son of Ahlai, and in addition to the 30, Adina, son of Shiza, the Reubenite, chief of the tribe of Reuben, Hanan, son of Makkah, Joshaphat, the Mithnite, Uzziah, the Ashterathite, Shammah and Jael, sons of Hotham, and Eror, Jediel, son of Shimri, and Joha, his brother, the Tizite, Eliel, the Mahavite, Jerubai, and Joshavite, sons of Elnam, Ithma from Moab, Eliel, Obed, and Jasiel, the Mezobian,